Yes, everyone, we are here. England 3. I don't know. Who scored?
What do you mean who scored? England players.
All right, okay.
England players.
Did you see me celebrate them goals?
England.
At least 2 of them.
I saw you celebrate too. You know, and got you in the spirit. Looked a little bit odd because you had the Welsh shirt on, but it is what it is.
Right, Joel, what did I say I was here to do?
Come on, England! Come on, England!
What did I say I was here to do at the World Cup?
To support Man United players.
Correct. What's happening, everyone? Let us know in the comments what you thought of that game. I'm going to be honest, 45 minutes, complete and utter bore fest, and I was thinking, I wonder if something's on the other side.
Yeah, honestly, first 45 minutes was dull. Now, we've got Michael Richards on Viable 5 tomorrow.
Exclusive.
With exclusive stuff. And we were like, we need to just come up with loads of jokes so we can hear Micah's laugh because this game is absolutely dead. But then the second half started, and I'll tell you what, it's that boy. That boy, he is back. Let him know who it is.
Oh, Marcus Rashford is back. But before we talk about that, I just want to quickly touch on Mika did something yesterday. We went out for some food in the afternoon. Mika was having burgers and was ultra specific that he wanted it well done.
Really? Well, yeah, because he probably didn't want to add anything with the blood.
But I was just like,
yeah.
It was a bit of an odd one.
Nah, trust me.
We're going to talk to him about that.
We'll talk. It's just got to make sure that it's well done.
But right, okay. Was it one of those just games that was going to frustrate? Wales was there trying to do a thing. England have won 3-0 in a team that's poor. Let's be honest with Wales, but they've won 3-0. They're in the hat for the next one. Is that Senegal now? Is that confirmed?
Don't know yet. We're just waiting to see who they play next. Is it Senegal?
So I believe it's Senegal Saturday 3rd, right?
And that's a winnable game for England.
I'm in Dubai.
Know what I mean? Seriously, no, it doesn't. Oh, Dubai with Patrice Evra. Oh,
I'm delivering content for the people. Is what I'm doing. I'm not going to watch the game. Oh, Sunday 4th. There you go.
Okay, cool.
There we go.
Yeah. So basically, listen. Second half starts. Marcus Rashford. I want to talk about his journey, man. What a comeback! And when I say comeback,
it's been awful.
Man, he's had some dark days when it comes to football.
But it started in summer. Mm-hmm. He looked bright on pre-season.
Yeah.
And he looked physically sharp. He didn't look... Was it the opening game of the season we had at Old Trafford? The ball's come into the box and he's took a touch and then he's tried to place it and he's just put it straight at the keeper. And you go, that's not a confident player at the moment.
Yeah.
Physically, he's in the right spot. He's beating his man.
Yeah.
But mentally, he wasn't sharp. And over the course, it's been steady. It has not been quick, but over the course of the 4 or 5 months of this season, you've started to see Marcus look like himself more and more and more and more. And I think the pace of international football being a little bit slower than the Premier League makes him look a little bit quicker because he's quick.
And the opposition hasn't been great. Let's be honest with you. When he's playing Premier League football week in, week out, minus the Arsenal game, you get to see really, because he scored it, because you get to see really, really good players in the Prem. I think if you look at his opposition when he scored against Iran, they were poor, but he made it. It was like a training session. Do you see what I mean? And good for him. If you look at this game, he just looked like he had the confidence because of that first goal. He looked like he was able to try things out. He should have actually got a hat trick. There was a chance.
There was a poor finish, Marcus. Come on, it was a poor finish.
It's like he passed it to the goalkeeper. But
I believe, I've got a stat for you here. I think Marcus was the first Manchester United player to score 3 goals at a World Cup since who?
Michael Owen did 3 goals in 1 World Cup.
Yeah.
For England. Mm-hmm. It's only going to Wayne Rooney. 2000,
no, Rooney's got a bit of an awful record at World Cups. Actually.
Really? Mm-hmm. Oh, that was Euros. I was thinking of Euros. World Cup. I want to say Paul Scholes, but it wasn't in '98 because he only scored 2, maybe even 1. David Beckham. I know it's a United player. That's the only reason why you're bringing it up. No, it can't be David Beckham because he never scored 3 in a World Cup.
Sorry, English. People are saying RVP in the comments, and you're right, but
help me out, people. Help me out. Gary Lineker.
When was he playing for United? No, Bobby Charlton.
Oh, for that.
And what happened the year Bobby Charlton scored?
Oh, are you saying it's coming home?
No, I'm just waiting. Are you putting
your hand up and saying
no. I'm just here's what I'm doing. I'm going, gosh. He's gonna buy it. He's gonna jump on it.
Listen, mate, I'm all over it, mate. I'm all over it. It's coming home. I'm all over it. No, honestly, it's I'm. They didn't look great in the first half, England, but in the second half, you start to think, oh, you know what? Actually, they are a decent side. I would have wanted to see James Maddison get a little bit of a run out.
Yeah,
there,
what has he done? Has he got smelly farts or something?
I
Like what
don't know, man.
What has he done to make Southgate not dig him?
I don't know.
Phil Foden played, scored, and I think he and Bellingham had moments, but I don't know if it was because of the opposition, but I wouldn't have thought their greatest performances.
Probably not. I mean, you could see flashes of Jude Bellingham, like you said, like, you know, you could see great feet. There was one chance where they combined really well. Like, he literally, like, did two fantastic, fabulous pieces of skill, and Foden hit over the bar or something like that. But you saw it, you know. I think for me, it just begs to ask the question: Foden or Mount for England?
Well, do you know what he said, right? So Gareth Southgate has said, I didn't want to play Foden down the middle, where I think all of us go, oh, I think he could play there a little bit. He goes, didn't want to play him there because he doesn't play there for his country. Well, hang on a second, Gareth. Walker doesn't play at centre-half for his country, and neither does Maguire, or for his club.
Well, it's a bit different with Maguire, isn't it? He's just not playing at all. You know, he's still playing in the right position.
This is the excuse. So his excuse is we're not going to play him there, but he plays Rashford on the right.
Yeah.
He's played Kyle Walker at centre-half. He's just like, I could take to Southgate more if he didn't just chat so much shit. I only pick players on form. That's a load of bollocks. I'm only going to play players who are playing. That's a load of bollocks. I'm not going to risk anyone with injuries. That's a load of bollocks.
But if there's anyone who's earned the right to lie to their nation, if there's anyone, no one's done as good as Southgate in the 3 tournaments that he's been in charge. Am I lying, people in the comments? Let me know, yes or no, because we're going to be asking you questions soon.
I don't know if you saw this or not. I saw this, and I picked up on this on Twitter. Some people, a lot of Leeds fans, that weirdo Darren Grimes, he was at it, having a go at Marcus Rashford for not singing the national anthem before the game. This is how you end up with all that sort of shit that went on last summer, you know. By you, what requirement is there? He is... Think about this, right? This is an athlete about to go into a World Cup game. If he chooses to use the last 2 minutes to run through whatever his job is, whatever he needs to do, not sing a song about some dusty old fella he's never met in his life. Well, he might have met him, but either way, do you know what I'm saying? Singing the national anthem should have zero bearing on... They're not there to sing. They're not the choir. They've not been booked. Like, singing the national anthem should be a pure choice thing. If you choose to stand there, like, so he's standing there respectfully, right?
Yeah.
Why does he need to sing it?
But I'll tell you what, who cares? If I'm Marcus Rashford,
who cares?
No.
Half of Twitter was going mental about it.
But that's, you can't. Unfortunately, we know that you can't always take into everything what people on Twitter say. I think the most important thing is...
No, but this is, for me, that's step 1 of them being racially abused at step 10.
Was it just him?
Yeah, he was the only one that didn't see it.
Really? Yeah. But well, I don't know. I didn't see it. But all I know,
but do you know what I mean?
It's not one of those, I didn't see it, I'm copping out. I genuinely didn't see it. And to be honest with you, I couldn't care less if he sang or if he didn't sing. As long as he plays well and he plays with passion, which he does.
How many times do you see people... I mean, the Welsh national anthem, it's quite an inspiring national... The English one, honestly, is horrendous. Land of Hope and Glory or something like that would have been so much better. God Save the King is so... slow, so boring, so uninspiring. How anyone can get up for that, I don't know. But the Welsh one, like, you saw how much pride they sang it with. What good did it do?
I missed the start of the game. So
what good did it? Either way, I'm going to tell you now, they sang it with pride.
Okay.
And guess what? They got smacked up. So what does it matter?
For
They're there to do a job, and that's to play football to the best of their abilities. Who gives a shit whether they sing or they don't?
Talking about performances, Harry Maguire, I thought he had a decent game today again.
You wear contact lenses?
It weren't bad. Like, there were 1 or 2. There was one. I think there was something.
The shot cross. Not sure what that clearance.
That weren't good. But in his defense,
he had nothing to do.
That's not why he's there, innit? Like, I can let that go.
He wins every ball at a corner, but nothing ever happens from him.
Well, no. When he won that header, because we were both talking about it, and Ronaldo upstairs. He headed it onto someone else's head, and England got a corner. What?
I know, but he wins. He does win every. He should be scoring from those. The amount that he wins.
Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, it's all right. I think he did well.
I've been having Maguire's defense. He doesn't scan. Honestly, I was trying to point it out during the game. I was just like, watch. He don't know he's there. He don't know he's there. Yeah, see, there you go. Doesn't look. Why can't he look?
If anyone wants to set Steve off, talk about scanning, talk about Harry Maguire not scanning, and you're gonna get a lecture. Like, honestly, but he didn't do bad, Steve. He did not do bad at all. I think you've got to look at the performance and go, did all right. Do you know what I mean?
What next for Wales? Have we got any Welsh fans in the comments? I'm wearing the shirt, ironically, a little bit. But what do you guys do now? Because what we saw today with Bale, with Ramsey, this is and with Joe Allen, this is the tail end of what you probably peaked at with the Euro side. That team that had Ash in and all of those boys and Bale when he was still a threat. Where does Welsh football go now? Can you rely on Swansea City to be like the team bringing through all of your academy players? Where's the next generation of Welsh players coming from?
Talented Welsh players as well. So I'm really intrigued. I think it goes back to that thing in it where I'm sure there's a lot of like English players who could also play for Wales as well.
Could be that.
So I think going forward.
But Joe, what? That's papering over the cracks. Where's the Welsh lads? What's the grassroots situation in Wales look like?
It's very interesting because I know that there's talented ballers, talented Welsh ballers. I don't know, man. I really, really don't know. Like, and we were talking about it during the course of the game, and I thought, oh, it's true. Like, where's Dan James was supposed to be the guy?
Yeah, the lads who was with last night, they was like, this might be 20 years before we see another generation of Welsh players, and you go, I mean, 20 years, a lot can happen in 20 years, but like, do you see them qualifying for the next 2 World Cups? Another Gareth Bale's gonna have to come through, and he might be a once in a long time.
So maybe 8 years, 10 years. But I reckon it's down to grassroots, but also people choosing to play for Wales. It's the same when you look at like Ghana and all this.
Wales is the same size as Uruguay.
Yeah.
Wales is not producing players the level of Uruguay. Now, I know a lot of people in the comments might go, Wales outperforms at some stuff like rugby. Wales massively outperforms the size of it. Obviously, the competition pool is smaller at the highest level. There's only, a dozen or so worthy international teams. Wales definitely outperforms in that.
Yeah.
Is there a much higher percentage of people playing rugby in Wales than there is in England? And is that a factor?
I wouldn't know.
It's worth looking at, isn't it?
It really is.
Let's see what some of you guys are saying in the comments. England going to get smashed by Senegal, says Mono. I don't think that'll be the case. I think England navigate Senegal, but who can they get in the quarters?
It's France or Denmark, isn't it?
I think it's a potential for France. I'm pretty sure I mapped it out where it was France Senegal. Then I had Denmark because I had
you were trying to be saucy, and I told you no chance.
I had France starting slow, and that did not happen. And then I have Portugal in the semis, but I think England aren't getting past Portugal or France.
I don't think. Yeah, I think get to the quarters, and it's a good night from Mbappe. But let's not go that far, and let's not be negative. Senegal.
Yeah.
I think, honestly,
without Mane, I don't think they're anywhere near as much of a threat.
Exactly.
I saw a bit earlier and ordinary.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it? Like, great. You're gonna have a great atmosphere, great fans, but
it's a good comment there from Ebbin. Says a word on Casemiro, who's been world class this cup. Rice should take the lesson from him. Oh,
didn't see it. No, I'm joking. Casemiro, what a goal! Honestly, like seriously, he really is that guy. And I think for many years, everybody knew he was good, but it's almost like he went underneath the radar because he was playing with Modric, and I'm talking about club level. But even internationally now, it's like he's the daddy now, isn't it? Like he's actually getting his props. We're going to discuss it tomorrow on Viable 5, but I've been really impressed with him, man.
Johnny says, is this another Englishman pretending he's Welsh? No, I'm not pretending I'm Welsh. I haven't been pretending I'm Japanese, Argentinian, German, Portuguese.
All the shirts, or Brazilian, all the shirts that Steve's got.
I'm at a World Cup,
and
I got a lot of shirts.
He's not even pretending he's English, for goodness sake. And he was wearing one the other day.
I got a real thing, though, and this is a genuine thing. Right. So people are always trying to say, what's the script? What's everything like? Now, I don't think this is a Qatar thing or a Qatar issue. I think this is a FIFA sponsorship / corruption kind of thing. You can't buy. I couldn't buy that top here.
Really?
The only tops you can buy are Adidas ones.
Do you know what? Someone told me that they couldn't find the Ghana top.
Yeah,
and they were fuming.
Yeah, I've been looking. I want to rep the Black Stars.
Yeah, and can't find them.
The only shops. So we went to a mall earlier. There was a Nike store there that was boarded up. There was a sports store there that had the most random amount of sports gear in it, Puma and all sorts. There's a Puma Coca-Cola collaboration that we saw. That was in there. Didn't sell a single football shirt. massive Adidas shop selling Germany, Mexico, Argentina, Spain, Belgium, the lot. Obviously, that's Adidas, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But I haven't. I mean, we've been here nearly 2 weeks now. I have not seen a single shop selling because I want to get a Ghana one. There's another couple that I've been trying to get the South Korea away shirt. Mad for that. Can't see them. So I don't know if that's like a FIFA thing and just said like, yeah, it's Adidas shirts or do one.
Bringing it back to football really quickly. Pure football.
How Manchester United are killing it. So Jay Motti, shout out to my bald friend Jay. Ten Hag's World Cup right now.
Wait.
He's saying Rashford.
2 goals.
Casemiro.
No, 3 goals. Sorry.
Yeah, it's 3 now.
3 goals.
Bruno Fernandes, 2 goals, 2 assists. He's doing bits. Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire all doing bits. Manchester United have turned up at the World Cup.
Where's Arsenal's? Where's Arsenal's stats?
Last year we won the Eredivisie at Manchester United. That was good. I enjoyed winning that. We won the Youth Cup, which obviously is like the biggest trophy that you can win in world football. And this winter, Manchester United are probably going to win the World Cup. Am I wrong though?
Listen,
like, you name me a team, and I'll tell you how United win it.
All right, Brazil,
Casemiro.
All right, France.
Yeah, Varane.
Yeah, he's hardly playing.
That don't matter, mate. I think he'll get a medal.
Hardly playing.
Anyone else?
If I say Argentina, you'll say Martinez.
Of course I will,
say that.
And Portugal's like half the team.
No,
Manchester United are winning the World Cup. I'm right. Right.
Listen, big shout out to Vinay Nani. He says Rashi starts and fires straight away with recent results. It's safe to say United players, Bruno, what did he say?
Leacher, Casemiro, Rashi, Shaw, Maguire.
Carrying
the national team.
team.
Listen, say it with me now. Spam the comments. Manchester United World Cup winners 2022.
You guys, honestly, is that because you ain't getting top 4?
Shameless, mate. We are getting top 4, but we are winning. We are also winning the World Cup.
If Michael was here, we'd go, which is what he'll be doing tomorrow. So I want you guys to make sure you are watching Vibe with 5. It's coming out. It's going to be myself.
Eat my Shamrock there, says Wales. Another island if they're not careful. We lost our Keens, Duffs and Irwins. Now we have a team of absolute nobodies. It can happen. Especially when you see the levels coming out of like out of some of the teams in Asia. I mean, what Saudi Arabia did this World Cup.
Mate,
not to be sniffed at. Not to be sniffed
man.
at. The technical ability of both Japan and South Korea has been sensational.
Stepped up massively.
And those players are now playing for massive European teams. Like Uruguay have been a huge disappointment, I think, this World Cup. But like they do produce players on a massive, consistent basis, and they're a small nation.
Even though I know it's a bit roundabout, even though Cameroon didn't win their back-to-back games, I don't think they did. But when they played against Switzerland, I looked at their team and I thought, these are European players playing for respectable teams.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's incredible.
And that's it, like we said before, they're putting on little Wales before putting out League One players.
Oh, man. They were like Portsmouth players coming on, man. It was crazy. It was absolutely crazy.
So, yeah, I worry for him. I worry for Wales. Yeah, and like Ireland, I'd love to see Wales and Ireland doing bits again. But, you know, and Scotland as well. You think of some of the ballers that Scotland's produced, Ballon d'Or winners. There ain't many nations that have got Ballon d'Or winners in their ranks, but Scotland has got some. And ultimately, that's the game. Bruno Fernandes for Golden Ball.
Shout out to Abhinav Verma.
Is the Golden Shoe the player and a Golden Ball goal scorer?
I think golden boot is the scorer.
Right, and then yeah, and then Golden Ball.
But,
well, yeah,
no.
Bruno's had a couple
No.
Do you know
Don't
my surprise, my player of the tournament so far?
Go on.
Griezmann.
He's not been better than Mbappe.
I think he's the reason that team ticks.
No. Stop it. It's about moments of magic. Have you seen what Kylian has been doing?
Yeah,
and
but
I'm not
I think
just talking about the start.
Of...
If you see the finishing,
I
think
wow, Griezmann has been.
No, he's been good. He's been good. Dembele's been good as well.
Danny says, Stephen Joe, my colleagues would love to invite you all, including Rio, as guests of honor to Chicago next summer to support our grassroots teams. It's a team of Nigerian medical doctors. Wow. Get in touch with the email address and we'll see what we can do.
Is that Chicago?
Yeah.
It's Chicago.
Chicago. I think you're mispronouncing it.
Let us know who's right, me and Steve, please.
What we said in the comments, Mbappe Golden Ball.
Wait. Who else has been good? Let's go through players who have been good.
Casemiro's been good. That was correct. Bruno's been good.
Yeah.
For me, Mbappe, of course, has been good.
Yeah.
I've been well impressed with Griezmann. I did a video earlier talking about. I just think he's been doing a major bit of the dirty side of the game. Like the stats of what he's been doing has been like bonkers. I think a lot of that work goes under the radar.
Didier Deschamps loves him. Like he is the Jordan Henderson.
Cody Gakpo has to be mentioned.
Gakpo's been brilliant.
Yeah, is that what's that goal again?
Is he going United? Is he?
I don't think so, but I would love to see him at United. But
let us know what you think. Is Gakpo going United or is he going Arsenal?
But yeah, this is where you're in the final game now.
Yeah,
teams have started to switch. You can have a little bit of a wobble in your first or second game.
Yeah,
big teams turn up now.
Exactly,
and then it's the round of 16, and this is where the World Cup starts. This is where it starts.
Messi's been all right.
Well, did you see all the Saudi Arabian memes?
Go on.
Where's
Messi?
Where's Messi?
Well, I say he's been all right.
That was brilliant.
He wasn't that good he was all right in the first half against Saudi Arabia. Second half, he went missing. First half, last game, he was okay. Second half, he stood up.
This is where the big boys stand up now.
Yeah,
this is if you want it to be.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about different World Cups. There's a Pele World Cup, a Maradona World Cup. Which big boy is going to stand up in this World Cup? That's what we want to know.
It's funny, Steve, because I'll take it back to World Cup 98. Zidane didn't score at all. He didn't do anything during the course of the World Cup. He wins it, obviously, scores 2 goals in the final against Brazil, and he actually got Ballon d'Or that year. A bit mad, isn't it?
There's a lot of emphasis in winning a World Cup.
He wasn't that good in all of it.
6-7 games.
It's mad, isn't it?
It's such an overemphasis of like, oh, you played well for what? 3 weeks, well played. Like, it's so overcooked what you do on the World Cup. But
do you think it's harder to win the Champions League or the World Cup? I mean, and I don't mean in terms of how frequent, because you've got more of a chance of winning.
There's a couple of things that play with the World Cup, right? Yeah. Levels has to be the Champions League, but you can maneuver your way. You can be born somewhere bananas, right? Yeah. You can be a New Zealander, right? Yeah. And you can navigate your way to play right back for one of the top teams in Europe, a team that's going to win its league and get to the semi-finals. Yeah. If you're from New Zealand,
that's it.
You ain't seeing a semi-final of a World Cup, mate. You're just not. Right? This is Gareth Bale's situation. This is George Best's situation. These players exist out here. And if you're a Fred, and you're looking in the mirror going, "Oh, my Brazilian mate, call Fred for starters." Like, but do you know what I mean? You end up in a World Cup squad, and you might end up winning a World Cup.
Oh,
how does Gareth Bale look at Fred and not just hate him? But these players are out here, innit? You know what I mean? Yeah. So
it's true.
I think.
And then you can get a great move. If you look at Kleberson after winning the World Cup, all of a sudden. Frequency
of the World Cups is a madness.
Yeah.
I understand why FIFA would want to make it 2 years. I wouldn't necessarily be against it. Move the Euros every 2 years and that every 2 years and just go boom, 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 boom.
That's like every year, though.
Yeah.
Every summer.
I would be down for that if they chinned off the qualifications for it in the season.
Yeah, but then the problem is, when do you qualify?
Well, they'd make it a 2-tier league. Make all of the, let's say Europe gets like 10 places, something like that, right?
Yeah.
So your top 10 ranked teams in Europe, bosh.
Rankings.
And then,
I don't believe in the rankings.
Okay,
system,
right,
mate.
okay. You tell me the next time that San Marino are going to find themselves.
But this is what I'm saying. What you got to do
is what
Arsene Wenger was saying. You have a period where you block it out, and it's like a month's worth of qualification.
Yeah, like this.
Or 2. Yeah.
And I still think there should be a 2-tier competition, almost like the Europa Conference, Europa League,
nation.
Yeah, so they can have a competition. Can you imagine all of those smaller teams? These teams don't even get a sniff of qualifying for a World Cup, let alone coming bottom of a group.
I would love that, because Congo ain't qualified for a World Cup since 1978. That's my country, and guys, I'm just gagging for a World Cup. I really am.
So. You never get into the World Cup, probably, right? Or certainly not in the next 10, 15 years. So why not have some sort of a second or third tier competition so everyone gets the opportunity to compete for something?
I like that.
And then if you win that, you move up into the next level.
That's not bad. But as it stands, it's not happening.
How about, so at the Euros, if you come bottom of the group, you lot are binned off and you get into the next level. You come top of your group at the Euros, you're in the next level.
A bit like
vote for Steve, UEFA President.
Get the heck out of me.
I've seen their expenses and I want in. What's that business class? We ain't going back in there, mate.
Listen, I think, you know what? I think we've got to save the rest for Bible 5 tomorrow. What's going on tomorrow?
Who cares?
Get the heck out of
it. It will be a vibe.
It's going to be a vibe. We got Michael
Richards.
Richards.
Made for Bible 5.
Michael, he really is, isn't it? That laugh, I can't wait. Did you see him and Rio getting Ashley Williams whilst he was drunk the other day?
Proper buckaroo. I don't know if he was drunk or if he'd just
Incredible.
been worked really hard by the BBC.
Yeah, Rio was saying that it was he was going to say BBC are working him to his grave, but obviously he didn't want to say it. But I think that's what he wanted to say. Hilarious stuff. There's been some cool stuff. There's been Rio and Schweinsteiger interview. That's been tops. Absolutely loved that. If you ain't seen it, make sure you check it out after this. What else has there been?
Yeah, someone said thinking about Erling Haaland right now. That's it. Can you imagine Erling Haaland having at this World Cup?
Oh, man.
You see Spencer's idea?
What did
Shout out to
Spencer say?
Spence. Spencer said the 32nd place for the World Cup is like an all-star team of the players who didn't qualify.
That's unfair.
Can you imagine
That's
the
unfair.
team?
Do you know why that's unfair? Because if I'm Erling Haaland, I'm trying to not score. Like I'm literally
To
there
play in the
going,
all-star
yeah,
team.
I'm like, nah, sorry, I'm not turning up today. So I wouldn't do that if I was anyone.
I think that would be a very, very interesting way of doing it.
Nah,
though.
it's too risky.
Anywho, cheers for tuning in, everyone. Make sure to subscribe, get the notifications on. I want to know what you thought of the vlog. Get some questions in. Get your questions in now that you want us to answer tomorrow
For Micah.
On Vibe with Five, because we'll be doing that around lunchtime, so you guys will get it but a couple hours later.
We might be doing a gym session with him as well, isn't it? That's in the works, isn't it? Ask me, Steve, Micah Richards, who could lift the most.
Micah Richards, at the moment, if you go to a dictionary and you look up the word wham, it's got a picture of Micah Richards.
Yeah, he's wham, but I'm not necessarily convinced that he can last a session. Because I think he's
I don't know if
big.
He's got the endurance.
That's what I'm saying. Because
I did
a gym session with Rio, and unless Rio was gassing me up and I believed him, he said that I did better than Micah in the circuits. Do you believe him?
I don't know.
Circuits, man.
I know. I don't
Circuits.
know. Real's been just doing the.
Let us know in the comments, man.
That's all he's been doing. That's all he's been doing.
When you do that for an hour, geez,
yeah,
because we did it for an hour.
I saw it look saucy.
Honestly, man.
I'm thinking with
Joel
Mika.
Dell will tell you, mate.
I think we need to do something that's a bit more endurance-y.
Yeah.
So maybe we set up like a deadlift station. He's like,
yeah,
and we walk right past that. Get on a cross trainer, son.
Yeah, got to do it all, man. Pull ups.
What we doing?
We're
gonna start with an hour on that.
Gina says he struggles on pull ups.
I empathize with that. Pull ups are hard work.
Is that not your thing?
No.
We're doing pull ups, guys.
Right. See you like in the next one in a bit.
Peace. Apparently, you struggle.